Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? We're going to jump in final quarterfinal match between TYS11 and Alikog yet again. Jabari.
Yep, happy to be here.
Happy. So, setting up, what do you think we can expect from?
Well, I believe Alikog got a bye to the round of 32, and then he got an admin win in the round of 16. So we know basically nothing about him. I believe he's from Iran. I don't know if that says anything about his predicted play. Maybe he'll go for like Persians or something. And TY, maybe a little bit of clownery. Again, we've only seen him play one set so far, and he looked solid. Honestly, I would expect him to have a hard time with socks if he makes it through here. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, have some clownery going to be happening. We have Arena. That's Jungle. Guessing that's Jungle
Yeah,
Nomad. And we
I would
have
assume the same.
Banano Grounds and Monkey Layers. Civ draft is on your screens. Alikog has selected Britons, Malians, Sicilians, Goths, Italians, and Ethiopians. TY has Lithuanians, Khmer, Vietnamese, Teutons, Byzantines, and Saracens. So both players going with quite a few civilizations that we have seen, with maybe a few exceptions. We have Ethiopians here for Alikog. I don't know if we've seen them yet in this bracket. And then Goth for him as well. And TY, was he the one who picked Teutons last time as well? Not 100% sure.
Um, yeah, he played Teutons on Arena. Oh no, that's not correct. I don't recall honestly.
Alright. Well, without further ado, let's dive in then. Game 1. I'm at 14 seconds.
Give me 4 seconds and count me down. Yep, let's go.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so it will be Byzantines for TYS11 going up against Britain's Alikog. And Britain's Civ that we've seen quite a few times this tournament. Not sure we've seen them on Arabia except for maybe one set. And I don't like their matchup against Byzantines, to be honest.
I recall seeing Britons in an earlier game. I forget who the player was on Arabia, but they're actually my Arabia pick Civ, so I think I might have some insight into how things normally go here. And notable for TY, Byzantines was his arena Civ last time. So I guess the man's just a huge fan of Byzantines, plays them everywhere from Arabia to arena.
Yeah, can't complain. Byzantines is solid Civ on so many maps. But
Yep.
Alikog, like you said, we haven't really seen Alikog yet, so we'll have to see what he has going forward here. And both players leave around 1150, 1200 time that this is being played here, which is just in the last few days. So fresh and ready to go. We'll see what they have for us tonight. TY, we will not underestimate his arena play today and see what he has for us if we get to there. But both players seemingly having a very good start, scouting pretty much their whole bases. We'll take a quick look at that here. Guess we're starting with Alikog. But he sees just about everything here, and he's missing one gold in the back. Otherwise, he's probably pretty happy with his base. He is missing one of his boars, but we'll probably find that one. And then his opponent, I mean, I think he sees his whole map minus extra gold in the back. So both players doing a very nice job scouting here. No one headed forward just yet.
Yep, and you say Alikog should be happy with his base, but he has a front berries and a front main gold, which are kind of like two of the worst things that you can have on your base. If he does take the berries and he finds his back gold, though, I agree that his base is decently wallable.
Yeah, I'm torn anymore when I discuss maps because honestly, I've seen a lot of players at the front golds over the last 2 years, and doesn't really hurt them that bad most times. Like, it's obviously more dangerous, but players
Yeah,
are
perhaps.
so good with their level now that I feel like they just know what to do.
I guess I don't know. The front gold is just a magnet for archer attacks. Versus Byzantines, I would almost like tower that gold like reflexively as the Britons player here, just because you absolutely can't afford to lose that position, and it's kind of unreasonable to get it behind walls as well.
Yeah, I mean, see how it turns out. But we do have forward gold for TY as well. He does have a back gold, but he does have his main gold forward, and both players not showing any signs of walling up, so this may just be a very open Arabia play.
Yeah, I mean, neither players are really giving any indication of their strategy so far. I feel like Britain's at this level goes pure archers like 100% of the time, and Byzantines understanding that probably opens up with skirms.
Yeah, Byzantine's just such a good civ. I feel like in the last few years of DE, they've received so much to really solidify their position, and I feel like they have moved up the ladder for a lot of people as far as favorite civ get to play. So it's been very
Yeah.
enjoyable to see them played more and more often.
Yeah, for sure. They're in my short list of civs that I often pick. I mean, in addition to being fine on Arabia and Arena, they're like pretty top tier on water as well. They also have a fair number of civ matchups that are essentially a civ win.
Very true, very true. Big shout outs to everyone who's showed up already to the stream. I know we're just getting underway, but I know a lot of you have been paying close attention and coming back every day, and I appreciate it, guys. I will heal you. You've been here so much. Appreciate it. Everyone else who's here, same to you as well. TY losing some HP on the monkey. Might even lose the monkey. Yep, down it goes. That is a little unfortunate for TY. Monkey still around for Alikog, though. Headed towards his base.
Yeah, got a little greedy there going for the Vil pick, running under the TC.
Both players are on their way up. We do have a barracks on its way down for Alikog, but we do not have one just yet here for TY, so...
Yep, I think it's definitely... Oh, I'm gonna say definitely worth noting. TY 4 seconds of TC idle time in the Dark Age. That is some pro level build right there. I mean, I don't know if he's following a strict build. If I recall, he didn't really do builds, but that's some good efficiency at least.
Yeah, I mean, very, very good efficiency. Actually, it's anything that's this low in the Dark Age is very prominent, and he is up one villager. Looks like we actually had a Vil go down for Alikog that we missed. Looks like potentially a boar got that one, I'd guess.
No, it's just the monkey. The eco KD is zeros.
Oh, yes. My apologies, guys. Can't read today. But, nonetheless, Feudal Age for both players. We do have ranges for both players, and TY is going to attempt to wall the front here. I feel like it's a fine position, but I would have preferred a tower, personally.
Yeah. I mean, he can maybe tower behind if he needs to. The players are actually quite close. They're both pretty far from the edge of the map. So that wall is like almost 50% between the players.
Yeah, I really like this generation, though. I feel like it's spread quite nicely for the resources. Especially the golds. Cliffs are kind of off to the side. Players can be able to wall comfortably.
Yeah, it feels much more random than the Arabias you would get on ladder. It kind of like, I don't know, it feels like a genuine, random spot in the world that the map was generated and the players were plopped down in the middle of it, rather than the hyper standard, 3 wood piles, 2 of them in the back, 1 in the front, whatever it does on the KOTD4 current version of Arabia.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. I like it a lot more, honestly. KOTD is a fine map, but I'm just not a huge fan of it myself. But I do like this version a lot. It's very interesting. We've had some really good games on it. It's been unique positionings on the map. Like, this one's really close. We've had players set pretty far. Can't complain.
Yep. And I will heal you, saying how much he appreciates the tournament. We appreciate you so much, man. I mean, I always thought it was cliche when like T90's like, oh, I love you guys so much. It'd be nothing without the viewers. But like for real, if you guys weren't watching, I wouldn't be doing this.
You guys you've gotten Jabari addicted to doing this now, so gotta keep him addicted, right, guys? Nonetheless, very appreciative. Thank you guys again. It's been great. Viewer numbers have been very good on average for the tournament, so very, very much appreciated. Back to the action, though. We have double range versus single range, and it's double range Briton archers against single range Byzantine skirmishers. And the skirmishers are just kind of spread out here for TY. Walls are actually good, though. He did wall up the front of his base first, and he did secure a side, and he's securing as much of his base as he can here. So I really like the... Sometimes we see like players wall, say where the blacksmith is for TY here first, and that doesn't really buy you any time from military walking straight across the map. So props to him for walling up in this direction.
Yeah, I mean, I actually personally really like Alikog's position. I mean, he's losing these archers at the front. That's no good. But as Britons, what you want to do is build up mass. He is seeing that his opponent is fully walled. He must feel very safe at home. If you're able to take map control and mass up archers, and your opponent is just staying inside their walls with defensive skirmishers, you're going to be in a fine position in Castle Age when you can add mangonels, maybe a knight or something, and you're breaking into their base with like 30 Briton crossbows.
Yeah, and both players doing a really good job with their economies. TY's idle TC time's only 25 seconds. It's very impressive to be that difficult to maintain production, especially when you're trying to do so many other things. And Alikog also, not doing bad. He has a lot of military in the field, so a little bit more idle TC time is very understandable, but his economy starting to add farms, it's starting to look better and better to go to the next age. And TY also a lot on food, but he has taken his deer, which are in his walls, and he should be up first. Probably needs that market he's building, there you go, just to click up.
Yeah, I mean, he has 20 farmers, which is more than enough to normally click up without the market. But, probably still worth it to sell a couple 100 gold.
Yeah, I mean, both players with wheelbarrow, double bit axe, and we have horse collar for TY. So he's made good investment into this. He's adding more farms, and he's collecting the last of his huntables now. Also on the last of his berries. Sitting in a really good spot. Be really curious to see if he goes into a macro play here and tries to defend against what I'm assuming will be forward siege with all of this military investment for Alikog.
TY is definitely posturing like he plans to play defensively. He's kind of not showing any signs of thinking about an attack.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 6 skirmishers on the field compared to 15 military units for Alikog, 14 archers right now, so...
Yep. And I think the macro difference is definitely worth noting. Alikog with considerably more idle time, but definitely not enough to decide a game at this level.
I agree. That just comes back to the TC idle time, realistically. It's a very close game. Not many losses. Alikog also down by 1 because he lost. No, he did not lose one. I need to stop thinking that in my head. He lost his monkey. Ooh.
Yeah, but I love the stable, man. I mean, as Britons, you do need to. I mean, it's just a smart thing to do when you're Britons and you're facing skirms. 1 or 2 knights just completely tips the balance of a fight.
Yep, and that was what I said, for, because I saw the stable, and I really didn't think we were going to see one, to be honest, so it's really encouraging to go for this. Not something that players, especially in lower Elo tournaments, usually go for. At least I haven't seen it, but maybe once this tournament, so... He
Yeah,
already
man,
has good numbers.
building the stable as Britons is definitely like a above 1200 move in my opinion.
Alikog did not lose the monkey. It's hanging out over here with his wild Gaia wolf brother. So having a conversation, and it will be 3 TCs for TY. He will defend with elite skirms. Is his plan. And on the opposite side, we've already seen Castle Aegean. It's crossbow, it's Bodkin, a knight coming down on the field. Really good positions, town centers, and I think it will really help him defend this position, although these crossbows could easily get in here and do damage elsewhere.
Yep, I like it. Very nice timing attack. I mean, he was already bringing them forward while they were archers. He starts shooting the wall right as the upgrades come in. He is going to run headlong into these skirms with full armor and soon to also a bodkin. Probably shouldn't stick around to see what's up with that. Could wait for his knight support.
Yeah,
a siege workshop would also just do tremendous work.
Yeah, I would also like to see how this defense plays out because he's full skirms and 3 TCs boom. Going full skirm just never seems to work out well in my opinion. It looks like he will add a stable as well. I'm guessing he will just go camel after he sees these knights. He's taking a really rough fight here, and the knights come in and now spells some trouble for TY here.
I mean, you know what? If TY just loses some skirms, he's definitely doing just fine. He's up to 3 TCs while his opponent's just getting down the second. You know, his Alikog is committing so much more to military. If TY can just hold with minimal losses, he'll be in the better position, and he appears to be doing that.
Yeah, will be camels. Unfortunately, his one town center doesn't have a gather point yet, but I like this positioning from him. I would love to see either a third town center or a forward siege workshop here for Alikog, but all in all, a really close game one. But TY's economy, as we've seen him do in the past, it exceeds earlier, and then he can flood more military on the units around the field and have more units to flood his opponent. So seems to be the same approach he is going for at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, in the late game, Byzantines probably do take it. They get siege ram, they get the cheap skirms. That's kind of all they need.
Well, they get cheap skirms, cheap pikes, cheap camels. They have great monks if monks ever come into play here. Their siege is quite great as well. Alikog is adding the second town center, which I think is the right move. He's not being able to push forward and do any economic damage. And he did see the second town center. Shift over to his scouting real quick to show you what he sees. Yeah, he just sees the 2. So maybe he's thinking his economy will be better shortly. Although what he doesn't know is he's going to be quite a ways behind in right now.
Yeah, I imagine the score lead is giving him a sense that he's, you know, okay and he doesn't need to act too urgently. But I really do actually feel like Alikog is on a huge clock here, and he should never just be standing idly with these crossbows. He should always be trying to poke his way in.
Yeah, and he's trying to now, but the skirms aren't going to be able to push in too far. He can take somewhat of a decent exchange here, being able to fight downhill, but he has the camel numbers, he has +1 defense, matching the upgrades for Alikog's knights, and the camels will die quickly to crossbows, but this is not a fight that you want to take in this position for Alikog, as he will back up, and there will be that siege workshop coming forward.
Yep, I love that siege workshop. I mean, he should have built that as soon as possible. Now's definitely not too late. I mean, he'll be hitting from a hill. He'll be able to break down the wall. He'll be able to pressure the main gold. If he actually does make progress in the base, he'll be able to hit TCs, assuming he goes mangonels. Like, that is such a good position to be pushing from A+ siege workshop.
Yep, and this is a beautiful town center here for TY as well. It's probably the only position he could actually get at the moment without deleting the lumber camp, and he will be able to defend this pretty decently with all of his military buildings being a little bit farther back. Also with ballistics getting in, Bosaw, this economic advantage is really starting to pay off in the way of upgrades and military numbers. It's going to be more and more difficult for him to lose this position, his economy being so far ahead, and he has the counter for everything here.
Yep. Well, Alikog does have stone for a castle. He kind of has control of this middle hill, which would be such a nice castle spot. I can only assume that that's where he'll build it. And yeah, it does suck to race with Byzantines to Imp, though, because the Byzantine player, I think they can click it for 33% less. It's almost hard to imagine that Alikog will be faster up, so...
Yeah, I mean, he's getting close as well, so realistically, it's definitely going to be a pretty close time, I'd say, but again, the economic advantage is really starting to get away from Alikog here. He does have 3 TCs, does have a lot of military on the field, but his opponent just booming harder, and he has actually just slightly more military on the field at the moment.
Yeah, I prefer Alikog's military, though. I mean, if the knights and the camels fight in the middle and the ranged units rain down upon him, Alikog would trade better. Sketchy castle. I hate it, man.
I don't mind this one, actually. It buys him a lot of space in this corner, and if his opponent decides he's going to come this way, he won't know about it, and it could be some surprise. But we do have a 1 villager castle in the center at the moment. More villagers are coming, but the good forward position on the front, which is very nice.
Yeah, Alikog's castle is perfect, in my opinion. Yeah, just out of sight of the opponent, so there's no risk to getting it up. And from underneath the range of that castle, he'll be able to just trap so much of TY's base. It's an excellent staging point. It's smack in the center of the map. All else aside, it's going to be controlling some space that units would love to move through for the rest of the game.
Yep, but Imperial Age is on its way. Alikog gets handcart. Got Labosaw missing out on heavy plow, but ultimately in a really good position, and with 94 vills and the super cheap military that we have TY going for, he's easily going to be able to add siege behind this. Big mango shot. Nope, he's retreating. And see, this is the nice thing, he's going to kind of try to pull him over here into this castle. He's actually going to lose a mangonel because of it.
Ooh, that's very costly.
Yep. Didn't know it was there, now he does. Hopefully he doesn't send the other mangonels in that direction. Does spot the crossbow army trying to split onto this side as well.
Yep. And Alikog just needs to click Imp so badly. If TY's significantly faster up, Alikog's going to have no chance. He'll be out tech. And he'll just not be able to win a single fight.
The camels. The camels are going to dive on the mangonels. There's no crossbows here.
Oh boy.
This is a great play, especially on his way to Imperial Age. He's going to take out all the forward siege that was a threat to him. And now he's also attacking the crossbows from behind with skirmishers, taking out the knight numbers. This is swinging really hard. What a great fight for TY here.
Yep, Alikog, he still gets away with most of his crossbows, which are the most important things. But, I mean, where are the knights? Where are the mangonels?
Yeah, and he's just now clicked Imp. He will be a full 3 minutes behind. And now the Trebs will be able to come forth. And this position's in very heavy jeopardy. He also has the relics in this monastery. Losing his crossbows now to skirmishers.
Yeah, they should hop in the castle. There we go.
But now the camels will move forward and try to raid. The skirmishers are in danger of getting nailed by a mangonel shot, but they're going to take out the mangonel. Oh.
And if Alikog has a hole at any point, he's just done for. He has 0 defense besides his walls. His forward army now is tiny. I don't want to say it's GG early, but I feel like TY takes this 99% of the time from here.
I 100% agree. Unfortunately, Alikog had a great forward position, but he took an awful exchange that TY kind of orchestrated with how he moved his units forth, and now we have 4 stables coming up for TY, so his plan is to go and raid his opponent to death, most likely. Villagers found on this gold mine, trebbing down a castle. is going to be 2 trebs to none for a decent amount of time. Another mangonel going to be lost here to skirmishers potentially. Maybe not, but I like what he's doing with his skirms.
Yeah, spreading them out, poking all around. I mean, this is some good skirm raiding, and this castle might induce the GG.
His opponent is just pushing him in every direction right now.
Yeah, I mean, Alikog has no army. He's, queuing crossbows a couple at a time, and, just a small portion of TY's army can clean up everything Alikog's making. Trying to add more ranges. I mean, he does have the resources to add some units, but he's not even getting the Imperial upgrades at this point.
Yep, and the castle is about to go down. Andrew, the Elo is like 1150, 1200 for these two.
Yep, it's the less than 1200 bracket quarterfinals.
Arbalest upgrade is going to be clicked, but there's only 8 military on the field. Heavy camels about to come in, and Trebs will continue to push forward. The camels are actually moving in. I think he realizes he's got skirmishers in here. There has to be a hole. But I think he just clicked into his opponent's base. Heavy camel will come in, and there won't be a safe place for economy for long here.
Yeah, I mean, these Briton archers are only effective in mass, and they will never get massed here.
Yep, and even if they do, the economic disadvantage right now is almost 60 vils.
Yep, but very good macro all game by TY, good micro, good overall game sense and plan. TY is actually looking quite sharp here. He could be a sleeper in this tournament.
Yeah, I agree, and he's been playing a very heavy macro approach, which makes me believe that we're going to have a very interesting variety of players in the semifinals. We have Sox, who we've seen do nothing but boom. I don't feel like we've seen him be aggressive at all yet.
He does not like to push out early, yeah.
And we have Yo-Yo Dude, who's like a self-proclaimed clown. So that's going to be interesting. And his opponent, I can't remember names.
Fire Scream.
Oh yeah, Fire Scream, who is, from what we have seen, a bit of a filter.
Yeah, he has a unique style, to say the least.
And then, I mean, this matchup right here, I mean, if TY goes on, we got another boomer. And I don't know if he portrays himself as a clown, but in my eyes, he's definitely another clown in the tournament. And Alikog, we'll see. He's got solid skills and basics behind this. He just unfortunately, TY just pushed him into a terrible fight early. And that's where this was won and lost. I mean, losing.
Yeah, and before he took that fight, he had a castle in the middle. He had the opportunity to be imp first. He had an army which, if upgraded, could have won. His army just disintegrated at one point, and
absolutely.
Yeah.
But it was a great play. It's not like he was destroyed here, and he was not doing good at all. He was doing a great job. He was pushing. He had this whole front hill. It was a great position. It was just such a beautifully orchestrated attack plan from TY that anybody could lose from that position then.
Yep, and I think TY's macro is actually very good for this level. He got the TCs down right away. Everything was always queued, including military units. I mean, he got up to this population real fast.
100% agree. 100% agree. We move on to game 2, however. We'll be on one of Alikog's home maps, which is, I believe, Banana Ground.
Yes, I believe Banano Grounds is game 2.
Fighting time.
Yep. And I was thinking, maybe we could show the stream the updated version of Banana after we cast this set, just to read the room and see how it plays.
Sounds spectacular. So if you guys want to see what the new Banana, we're calling it Dark Banana. Shout out Jabari for all the work on it. You will see why it's called Dark Banana, and I think you guys are going to enjoy.
Yeah, but I think we might just rename it to Banana, but yeah, let's focus on the task.
I like Dark Banana personally. But I am at 5 seconds here in game number 2 when you are ready, sir.
Yep, let's do it.
3, 2, go. Is this a map? I don't think I know you've seen the map, good sir. Now, for introductions, TY has gone for the Saracens, a civ we have seen played quite frequently in our tournament here, and I'm very curious to see if he abuses the market. Have to pay attention to that, but he is up against Goths. So Alikog going with Goths on this map. Now, I don't know. This feels like a really weird map for Goths, but I mean, we'll see what Alikog has up his sleeve here. I mean, this is a planned strategy, and we'll just have to wait and see. But Goths doesn't feel like the greatest civ on this map, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I saw Alikog's draft. He was pretty much taking all archer civs. I kind of assumed that he just hate drafted Goths. He just like 100% didn't want his opponent to have access to it. But I think that it's kind of like the low elo meta to go Goths. If you can get to late game as Goths, it's just like so easy to max out. They have so many super favorable matchups with the Huskarl being like one of the hardest counters in the game.
Yeah.
Like they're considered low tier because they don't have any any real eco bonuses, and I guess infantry is like kind of considered to be the worst class of the 3 major unit classes of, archer, cav, infantry. But I pick Goths every single tournament set I play personally. I dig it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure what we're going to see, though, because against Saracens have a lot of options. So it'll be interesting to see what we have for TY. And as Andrew has said in chat, as Saracens were loved on this map, and market abuse strategies seem to be very popular at all levels.
Yep, Saracens is actually my most common pick on this map. It's largely for market abuse.
Yeah, and that's super reasonable. I mean, Saracens just have so many things going for them. They're even classified as a camel civ.
I believe the tech tree calls them a archer and monk civ. I don't know. Definitely archer civ is one of their official categorizations.
Yeah, they have like the second best camels in the game, in my opinion. Only lacking thereof to Indians because they're Indian camels. They're Imperial camels, I mean. But even that's debatable now without that last armor for them. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. Personally, I'm a huge fan of Saracens as well. I love watching people play them, and I love seeing what strategies they've come up with here. Will be something to pay attention to, especially in the next bracket moving. So, scouting here for Alikog looks pretty good. He's starting to move across in the middle, so he knows what's there. And then the same here for TY, except he's actually going to scout around the edges, most likely telling me he's looking for his opponent. Could indicate some sort of an early aggressive play. He also is going to have a Vil with Loom go out all the way over here to grab an additional boar and bring that to the center. So,
yep. It's a good lure. Both of the players are kind of playing it like they don't know the map. The correct thing to do is to go out and scout the middle. There's extra herdables, if nothing else. Plus, scouting the middle early, gives you good dibs on the extra boars. It's often wise also to take like your deer and stuff in Dark Age. If TY knew the map, he knew it would be impossible for his opponent to like be on the edge in a lot of these places where he's looking. There's almost no value in scouting those parts of the edge early on. And Alikog, oh boy. TY is going to have to bust out a house trick or a block here, I think, in order for this Vil to survive.
Yep, block comes in pretty nicely here. We'll actually grab it with another Vil. And he's going to save the one villager here, bringing in the boar. That's a nice position for him. And unfortunately, it appears I missed the monkey going down here. Not sure where it went down for TY, but his monkey is a gunner. Take a quick look at his scouting. Looks like it walked right into the town center.
Rip.
So we're down to one monkey left in the field. This is really good for Alikog because if you take a look at his opponent's scouting, his opponent knows not where any resources are in the middle.
Yeah, I was saying it's bizarre. There's almost zero value in scouting these random parts of the perimeter, whereas the middle is like where all the early game food is, it's where all the late game res is. I mean, it's where all the strategically important stuff is.
Yep, and Alikog is directly under the TC, and he will lose his as well. No. Oh, spared. Spared. On garrisoned early, so actually he gets a goose kill as well. But looks like he's... Alikog, I think this might be Auto Scout.
There is no auto scout on the monkey, actually.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Also, we may need to add that. Regardless, we have a Drush from Alikog coming, which will soon turn into Man-at-Arms Rush. And, to be honest, I think he's going up against archers, so I don't like it at the moment.
TY is showing no signs of doing military. This could be some sort of absurd Saracen market abuse fast castle, actually.
True. It's super risky, but...
Without a barracks, what else could it be, man?
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. Honestly, the Man-at-Arms Rush, if it had towers behind it, could be just devastating. But, no towers coming forward, so...
Depending on where he hits, he might have a good shot at getting through the palisade still. Though TY has demonstrated his walling abilities pretty well. I bet he will successfully re-wall wherever this attack comes in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with Andrew. The base is impact, holy heck. It very much is.
Yeah, I would have personally put a little bit more room around the stone so that can be collected. Yep, instant market, instant blacksmith. Yeah, this is a crazy fast castle here. Almost going to be so fast that I can't imagine what he's going into. You know, if you FC without military buildings, are you just FCing for TCs?
I wouldn't put it past TY to do that, honestly. His economy is looking really good for this, and he can abuse the market a little bit, and I think he can actually click up at any time.
I expect him to, yeah. He's not queuing an additional Vil.
Yep, there goes the market abuse. He will buy, sell, and he'll be up. Oof. This is going to be like a 16-minute castle.
Yep, but for what is the question?
Time will tell. But Alikog, walling up at home. He has an archery range. He's actually going archers. So Goth archers is kind of a surprise. And then we have a pretty decent layout for his base at home. We'll see if he walls this all up. He does have a gold. Both of his golds and his stones are actually extremely forward.
Yep, and yeah, it's cool to go for the archers. He needs to try to punish the opponent. Definitely don't let him move out. Make him invest time and energy in rewalling if you can. Maybe try to deny his upcoming TCs. I mean, at this point, Alikog cannot have a competitive castle time, so adding some feudal military definitely seems right.
Yeah, and the archers are a very nice touch. I just, like you said, what's he going to go for here? A fast castle is one thing. He's going to try to break in, it looks like, with the archers here. Man-at-Arms will get in.
I think he's going to FC into Super Boom. The archers might inspire him to make a siege workshop. But maybe this was too much.
Ooh. Oh. Got in. Blocked the house. He's in. The economy will now be extremely stretched. As if it wasn't going to be before. But now we don't have villagers on gold. This is the perfect play if your opponent is being very greedy here. And honestly, if you can get more archers onto the back, which it looks like we're going to see a bit of a house wall attempt to save the wood, which is what is absolutely needed right now. But I don't know. I don't think this will last very long because these Man-at-Arms will do great against these houses.
Looks like he's going to get a nice TC up in the middle.
Ooh, he's going to sneak out here, yes.
Yep, it's just on wood, which I guess at this phase of the game is pretty okay. I feel like he didn't have a serious plan. He kind of just saw that he could. Fast castle, did it, figure out the rest from there. I mean, this castle time alone will not win him the game, but it is a genuinely good start, actually. Alikog is not doing enough damage for me to like his position, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be okay, though, because his opponent didn't scout anything. Check the scouting again. This town center was one of need, not one of position, and he has no gold access. He's dropping farms, and he has a small wood line to work with. He has tried for the siege workshop, but that was denied. There are quite a few archers here. And I think Alikog will click up and be just fine.
Yeah, but I guess the Saracen market also just lets him get away with anything. He has not had any on food for a very long time, and it's barely hurt him at all.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, he will have to retreat. There's a Scorpion coming out, which isn't the end of the world, but saving his numbers now that he's up is not a bad position. He's also up with a little bit of a better economy behind this, lacking a few upgrades thus far, but all in all, not bad. And actually, this Scorpion is pathing terribly, and he's not even going to get a shot off. He gets one off and it misses. So that's actually an excellent exchange thus far for Alikog here. Spoke too soon.
Yeah, but Alikog, yeah, he's on his way to castle himself. Once the opponent's on 2 TCs, you kind of need castle age technology to push. This wood line's pretty secure against feudal age units. He has defensive siege out. I think TY is pretty safe at this phase.
Yeah, it just looks rough, but the economic numbers are still here. There's a hole, so the archers will actually get in, but oh, that Scorpion bolt did a ton of work. One archer remains, won't even get a vill at this pace. But
yeah, I mean, I was gonna say feudal units are so weak to siege workshop units.
absolutely, but he did the job. He gave himself time. And he's up. He's going to be not all that far behind in the villager count. And we already see infantry upgrades. So infantry going to be the long term, obviously. And he's already catering towards that. I really like the res Alikog has here, too. I think he could easily drop 2 town centers. Should he choose to? I think he needs to, but what he goes with.
Yep, I dig it. I mean, part of the reason I like Goths is the simplicity of the game plan. You boom up, you build barracks, and you queue up the barracks. He's fundamentally in line with that template. He does need to get his 2 TCs down for the Castle Age. And yeah, I see he's doing 1 TC on the edge. I really hope his next one is closer to the middle. But anything to get the Vills onto the field, I'm happy with.
Honestly, I don't mind the TC off. Because you're going to be so close to your your production buildings. You're going to have, like you said, a streamlined build. And he still has a lot of gold at home that he can take. Although moving to the center is not a bad idea, he also knows his opponent already has a siege workshop. He's also hurt his opponent's economy, so getting his economy straight, and it will be forward, and it will be on wood and gold and deer, so...
Yeah, that's a beautiful TC right there.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best TCs you're going to see on this map. Pikeman upgrade incoming, so... Going to have potentially some pikemen soon. Guessing he believes his opponent will go into cavalry, but nothing of the sort, as it's just going to be a boom.
Yep. I mean, if you're Goths, it's kind of fair to assume that a civ that's flexible will choose to go into cavalry over archers.
Sure. So 3TC v 3TC, here comes a stable for Alikog as well. He's going to finish walling up the front of his base. He's on stone with 4 villagers, so potentially going to see that castle before too long.
Yep. I mean, a castle in the middle of the map, as Goths, you just absolutely need that for the Huskarls and the related researches. As Goths, once you get the castle down, you start feeling so good. You can send individual Huskarls to raid so effectively. The castle provides, so much protection for your eco. I feel like that's like a turning point psychologically as well, that like, you're kind of gonna get there in one form or another once you get the castle down.
Yeah, absolutely. And 3 TCs for both players. Obviously, TY was up a lot earlier, had the villager production cranking out quite decently. Nothing too spectacular with all the pressure coming in, but he did a good job. He's got a good villager lead right now at 15. And the way this guy booms, I mean, for long, if he keeps going, he'll be at 100 pop, no problem. I actually like that Alikog has kind of changed his situation here, went aggressive to buy himself time, and then added the TCs behind, so he's not going to be all that far behind. Oh, what is this castle? I don't like this castle at all.
Yeah, TY kind of showing that he isn't too familiar with the map. I think your castles kind of need to cover something, be it existing farm space or gold or stone. This is like for some very general land control, and it's just not doing all the work that it could be.
Yeah. Doesn't secure anything. I mean, this side of the base, sure, but all that's over here is wood. So, not really abusing the market too much at the moment for him. He's got a great food economy. He's got 34 farms right now. Wheelbarrow just came in. Alikog did just lose his monkey here, but he will now be aware that his opponent is on this side of the map, and there is a castle there to defend it.
Yeah, that monkey did a lot of good scouting. Alikog now has a pretty complete idea of TY's setup. Perhaps he can read that TY has not really committed to any military besides this splash of defensive siege. I actually don't like what TY is doing at all, giving the Goths time here. I think the reason Goths are considered weak is because they can kind of be killed pretty easily early game. I believe they're considered to be extremely strong late game. I mean, if they're fully boomed, like, their ability to just field units is unmatched.
Yep, and fully boomed is what you said, and there's a 4th town center coming down. Although TY, abusing that Saracen market, going to be clicked to the Imperial Age momentarily.
But for what?
I mean, don't know at this point, but...
Yeah, you're 87 bills. You can do basically anything. He's going to need to commit to some sort of game plan soon. I guess it is supplies. This is reasonable. They do get fully upgraded champs with supplies. I think that they still lose head-to-head in an infantry spam war. But if TY thinks that he's the better player, maybe he thinks that he can just edge him out somehow, maybe with macro and just general late-game mechanics. But going champ to champ with Goths as Saracens would not be a conventional recommendation.
Yeah, and it's really going to be tough because the economic advantage is not as far as it may look like it did earlier. He is getting a ton of upgrades right now. He is adding barracks, but he doesn't even have the man-at-arms upgrade yet from what I've seen. So it's going to take quite some time to get there, as Man-at-Arms is now coming in. 4 TCs, honestly a market play here now for...
I think the food price is so racked, man.
No, but I feel like buying a couple hundred would be so good. But Alikog actually bought stone to drop a castle forward, so this is actually really good for him. He's going to buy some position on the middle of the map.
Yep, it's a nice castle, but he can't fall too far behind the tech war. If TY comes in with champions while Alikog is still a couple upgrades behind that, he will get run over. And his barrack number and his infantry upgrades are looking woefully behind. I'm actually kind of foreseeing his demise here as the champions come in while Alikog is still researching the swords line and getting his barracks up.
Yeah, and there is Imperial Age. Long swords coming in, already +2 defense, +1 attack for EY over here. He is howled, so that is going to slow him down momentarily, but shouldn't be too long before he deals with that. He almost has enough stone for another castle. Then we have Imp going to be clicked here at some point soon for Alikog, but nothing.
He did need. Yeah, he did need the castle. He was actually lacking the buildings, in addition to the food a little bit. But yeah, he's in a worryingly behind position with his infantry upgrades. I mean, one of the beauties of Goths is that you know what you want to go for, so you can start building your production buildings and getting your researches so early on. And yeah, he's gotta get rolling with his men-at-arms upgrades and so on.
Yeah, 100%. Long swords already here. Two-handed swords on their way. +3 defense or plate mail armor coming in. Conscription in. And we have chemistry, so maybe he's thinking about adding something for that as well.
Hand cannons, maybe.
Yeah, hand cannons or... Saracens have bombard cannons, correct?
They do.
Would be the option as well. We see a ton of barracks queued up to be built here, but he only has one Ville building at the moment, and now getting his upgrades. So this is a fine time for him to start getting them. He's also adding light cav upgrade though, which I'm not a fan of at the moment. Love light cav.
Yeah, that is a weird one. I mean, as Goths, you know, if you want a raiding unit, Huskarls are kind of superior to light cav.
Absolutely, and regardless, it's massive investment to do at the moment when he needs other upgrades. Anarchy is coming down, so he is planning on going Huskarl, but that is going to be a problem against soon-to-be champions, or at least two-handed swords for the time being.
Yeah, and I just can't believe he's doing cavalry upgrades, man. I can't imagine what unit he's expecting where he thinks cavalry would be better than infantry here.
Well, he will see two-handed swordsman right now, so hopefully that gets him to at least get the longswords upgrade, which I don't think he has yet. Okay, so two-handed swords is on the way. So he does have longswords already.
Okay, yeah, he was further down the tech tree than I thought. He just needs to get the units out now, which as Goths, he could queue up all his barracks with swordsmen right now easily.
Yep, and he's going to sacrifice a Ville to try to wall this up. Maybe two Villes.
He's got to abandon base here.
And just time to garrison and cut your losses.
I think these swords could take out the TC easy. This is disaster. It's 54 military to 0.
Yep. Yep. And the military being produced right now, he's got one knight on the field, and he is queuing up his two-handed swordsmen, but they are missing upgrades as TY has +3/+3, and we have +2/+2 for Alikog, so significantly behind.
Also, yeah, and also there's no point fighting 3 against 50. You need to build up your mass, which as Goths can happen rather quickly. But yeah, definitely don't stream in these small numbers of units.
Yeah, perfusion is on its way in. Economic advantage is still 21 bills. Could be a lot more soon, especially if this spam continues across the map from Saracen player.
If he just kept his composure, he set his gather point back, and he saved up his units, he could match the numbers here rather quickly.
Yeah, he's got perfusion in. Champion on its way as well. But now the problem is he only has a few barracks. 6 of them, but one of them is not completed. It's only 9% completed. 70 military to 1.
You know, he was close. He was close to doing the Goth thing, but he just started his production so late. I guess he's going to lose here to Saracen market abuse into macro into infantry.
Yeah, there's just no coming back from 70 military plus to next to none. Even with the Goth spam, he is going to start to spam it, but now he's going to be behind in Villes by an excessive margin.
Yeah, the fully boomed thing is kind of a requirement for Goths to do the spam, and 22 farmers is just not going to be able to match the 60 farmer spam of his opponent.
Yep, that and still missing upgrades. Blacksmith is now gone for Alikog, so even these champions not going to match up well.
Yep, I mean the champions for Saracens actually do get like an additional upgrade. The advantage of the Goths is that they're cheaper. So TY with significantly larger army of stronger units. Alikog's gonna have to shuffle his vills, get them ungarrisoned, and reset up his farm space if he wants a chance. But like TY is really good with keeping the pressure on, as well as in the first game. Once he took an advantage, there was no breathing room. He kept the queue full, he kept the siege hitting, and he's doing the same thing here. Like Alikog is not being given a chance to recover from this. He is losing ground faster than he can relocate.
Yeah, and he's about to lose his castle, and then there's only so much to stop all the production buildings from going down here for Alikog.
Yep, I mean I've seen Goths hang on like crazy. They can get their entire base demolished, but if they just relocate it, they can get popped back up to 100 in no time. But it is 200 pop versus 80.
80 and
And
dropping.
yeah, and I can't pretend like I see the comeback coming for Alikog here.
No, he's continuing to move some economy here, but he's losing vills. He's lost all of his military again. It's now 65 military to 2, and below 50 pop compared to 200 pop. Never going to be station, and TY will take game number 2 rather convincingly. A little bit of a rough start here once he did this fast castle, but able to hold on and recover well and take game number 2.
Yeah, Alikog, I mean, just too passive after his initial push there. TY got away with a naked boom for way too long.
Absolutely. GG's indeed. And it has to move. Game number 3, which will also be on Alikog's home map, and desperate situation as he's one game away from the nation. But quick glance at the statistics, and obviously TY leading in pretty much every category due to that crazy boom.
Yep, I mean, Saracens aren't really known as a proper macro civ. I guess people like to use the market to get just what they need when they need it. And normally, just what you need when you need it isn't 120 vills, but TY made it work. He used it to smooth out his fast castle, get his TCs and farms down in timely fashion, stopped abusing the market once he was level, and beat the Goths and infantry just with superior macro.
So, let's go to Alikog's final home map, which will be Monkey Lane.
Yep, there's been quite a lot of chatter about lanes in the Discord recently.
Yeah, do fill us
Yep.
in.
Well, it seems that for sure we're going to update the map so that the orientation can run along the other diagonal sometimes. And talking with Tech Chariot about it, we were also thinking of maybe having a little bit of variance in the width of the lanes, as well as maybe things like the TC placement.
Yeah, no, definitely reasonable things that we definitely go. I'm at 5 seconds for game 3 when you're ready.
Let's do it.
3. Alright, Alikog on his last home map will be going with civilians on Monkey Lanes against TY and the Khmer. An interesting civ choice here, and we could see some crazy builds with Khmer not needing buildings to go up. Being this is a relatively easy wallable map, pay attention to that. But Sicilians, no bonus damage against them. Crazy good Cavalier once they're fully upgraded and have the unique tech. Not to mention First Crusades if we come to that. So, going to be a very interesting one.
Yep, and I bet TY is sitting pretty comfortably here with his 2-0 lead. Alikog feeling the heat. He got a free ride to the quarterfinals, trying to prove that he's worth it. Sicilians is a colorful choice here. I've seen some donjon rushes and things actually work pretty decently. Overall, the matchup I think is pretty favorable for Sicilians. I don't really pick either of these civs, so I don't have any firsthand experience with the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely prefer Sicilians myself here, but obviously have some great options. They have fully upgradable arbalests. Their farming economy and farm position are insane. And no buildings to go up could mean a crazy fast castle into either knights, archers, or elephants. But Sicilians, they just feel better to me. Like Andrew says in chat, Sicilians are so hot right now. I agree. They're a very popular selection, and they have some unique things about their civilization that make it so popularly picked, I believe. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a few civs on this map yet, but we'll save those for another time. Let people figure their own strategies out. But all in all, Alikog needs this to stay alive. So,
Yep, and TY is not slouching at all either. He's going for these early walls, early enough that I would assume he's fearful of a drush.
yeah, I could definitely see that. Honestly, though, I think this is probably more for an FC play. Because not having to invest in buildings is insane.
Yeah, TY has not shown much of a taste for feudal aggression. So possibly these walls are just for a comfortable FC. It's just close call with the elephant. Just part of how he opens every game with walls, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And being as that is the situation, I don't know if I prefer fast castle from Sicilians as compared to early aggression from them, and a drush is reasonable. So these walls could be for something to prepare like that, but the more that I'm seeing the build here from the Chimera player, the more I think we're looking at something else right now. That FC with no buildings. He does have 4 on wood, but he is investing a lot into walling up, and he will need some farms and a mill. So.
Yeah, very convenient that his ostriches are pretty much in the same position as the berries, so that one mill can do it all for him.
Yeah, also a spectacular position to be in yourself. And yeah, he's actually pulling 2 vills off of wood right now to complete the walls. So I really think this is a FC attempt from him. Or into boom, probably, because that's what we've seen from him.
Yep, he likes his boom. It's worked twice against this opponent. Why not just keep pressing it?
Absolutely. And monkeys chasing one another here. Will take a better fight here for TY. TY also going to be able to get these goats that he never found. It looks like back home safely.
Nice monkey play by TY. He could have lost those goats, could have lost his monkey. In the end, he comes out ahead on all counts.
And Alikog, I don't know if he's too familiar with the map, but he is on his way up at 18 pop. Super early.
I like the way he's playing it, actually. He's not investing in walls, perhaps reading that his opponent never goes for feudal aggression. He's placed his original lumber camp on the side, which I think is actually a pretty smart, or his second one on the side at least, which I think is pretty smart. He's up to feudal a lot faster than his opponent with only 18 vills. So I assume he's going to go for some hard feudal aggression. And these paper walls probably aren't going to hold. These like giant palisade wall segments, I mean, they just can't be defended when any composition that includes archers plus any other unit come in.
Yeah, but being up this quick, the barracks is only at 75% right now. He's trying to rush it down. And then by the time he produces his units, I think that TY is going to be able to keep him out. He's already on his way to the feudal age, and then there shortly after will probably be Castle Age. I have a lot of food after he brings in the ostrich. Still has a ton of berries left. 2 goats remaining. Need to see an archery range, I feel like, from Sicilians here to actually break in. It looks like it will just be a barracks and a stable, which I disagree with the stable. Not going to be able to get in here very easily.
Scouts are the worst feudal unit for breaking through a wall like this. The monkey should start hitting that, honestly. The monkey's increased like rate of fire actually makes it shred palisades and especially houses with their negative melee armor.
Yep, and we already see 3 farms placed in a very awkward position, but it does not matter because this the Khmer way, and he actually pulled those from wood, which reconfirms to me he's going to try for this FC, as he's going to be clicking up almost immediately after hitting. He doesn't need the buildings. There it
Boy,
is.
this is brutal.
It's an insane
Alikog,
build.
Alikog is just going to be so far behind. He's not going to get in. Everything he's putting into military right now is just going to delay his castle time and make his eventual economy deficit worse.
I mean, even if it gets in at this point, I don't think he's going to be able to do enough damage before it's too late for the knights to be out. I mean, only 1 monkey and 2 scouts, and he is going to be able to wall behind that.
Yeah, a ranged unit or a donjon is just absolutely necessary to break through the wall, or else he'll be able to easily wall up behind.
Yeah, see it here now. Castle Age just over a minute 15 out, and the investment continues as a 3rd scout was produced behind this, and a 4th scout's coming behind this. Not liking that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of don't mind it because, yeah, maybe hit the wall in multiple spots or something. You can't compete in the eco game. You just got to be more aggressive than your opponent. I would not want to take it late game again, especially after your early game feudal pressure. I mean, at the same time as I say I like it, though, I don't see it getting in, and feels bad for Alikog, man.
Yeah, and honestly, I think we're just going to see a boom behind this yet again.
That is TY's style for sure.
When he's in such a good position, he's got himself walled up, he's up way faster, and he knows it after seeing all the scouts and that investment military here from Alikog. And now it's looking like 2 town centers will be up here before we even have a click, or even close to a click from Alikog. It's going to be hard to deal with a fully boomed economy from Khmer as well.
Yes, but at the same time, he only made 4 scouts. That's not the most insane military investment. If he refocuses his economy, Alikog, he will be up kind of fast behind. He shouldn't be behind too heavily in eco. But just given the pattern of the previous 2 games, it just kind of feels like a repeat. And I'm sure Alikog has that sense as well.
Yeah, I like what Alikog's doing though here. He's going to put some stone walls up. Going to try to make sure that he's safe.
Yeah, the scouts should get on the... Yeah, there we go. They should go out for some map control, though. It's kind of no point to having them walled in here.
I agree.
Yep, well, I guess we're going to be looking at another Imperial fight for the most part, but the problem's been that TY has gotten there first in both games so far, and he's pretty good with the timing attack. He successfully managed to hit his opponent while he has a significant tech advantage.
Yes, and he's already sitting on 2 town centers. He's not ahead. He was behind in the villager count, but it won't be long before he takes the lead there as well.
Yep, and he will just rip away as Alikog is aging up and unable to add his own.
Yeah, and the farming count here is already up to 18 for TY, and it's only 17 for Alikog, and Alikog was building farms so much sooner.
I mean, as Sicilians in this position, what would you do, man?
Stonewall.
Stonewall and just pray that you can take it in late game. I mean, I'm completely unfamiliar with the super late game matchup. It is possible that if it comes to a stall out and both players get popped up, that Alikog will be in better shape.
Yeah, I mean, if you take gold out of the situation, obviously Khmer Hussar are insane. and they will be so easily spammed with this economy. Now, they are able to have fully upgrade skirms as well. Doesn't do such a great job against the Sicilian skirms, but we're talking about skirm pike army. I mean, this is a fine map to defend with that sort of a composition. Problem is going to be the fact that I feel like the economy is just going to be so good for TY, especially just look at the food count. This is like a cheat code. Look, it just keeps ticking. This is insanity. Like, and he is already up to what, 24 farms? Like, and he's gonna drop a third town center forward. He's not even afraid of the scouts because he hasn't seen them around. He knows they're behind the walls.
Yeah, but Alikog will be arriving at the next stage with resources to drop 3 TCs himself. He could 4 TC boom and actually be competitive in the late game build count here. And, I mean, he did bother to invest in these walls. That combined with the sense that TY is a super boomer, he might be comfortable to just go for the 4 TCs and play TY's game of booming to imp here.
I honestly think he's already doing stonewall the front. Still some weak spots here, but he needs to stonewall this up. He needs to get castles forward, especially this hill. Hill is desperate for a castle to be on it. It's in the very middle of the map. It's also a nice hill for TY, so those 2 castles could be the positions the players take. The really fun part that we get to see with lanes is we are going to have players chopping through here any moment. There 80 wood per tree there, and then Alikog's actually building a TP on the wood line and not on the area he already chopped through. So now we have a potentially... there's a possibility that TY will claim this entire lane for himself. We'll have to see if he sends villagers forward to make sure that his opponent is not taking wood here and trying to push him to the opposite side.
Yep, and Alikog only adding 1 TC despite having the resources to add an additional 2 more and keep them all queued. I don't like it at all, man. TY is just going to... Okay, there's the third one. But he's just already 20 vills. He's 20 vills behind, man.
Yeah, and we will see a siege workshop here for TY, and we will see a monastery forward. So he is thinking about monks as well. So this might actually be monk. What is he going? He doesn't even have a barracks. He doesn't have. I don't even know what to say here. What does he have? He's going monks. He's going monk rush.
I mean, it's probably just a few monks for maybe, I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense here. He knows the opponent has like pure monks when there's no relics in the middle.
Building another monastery. This is definitely a monk rush.
You can call it a rush at this point. He has imp resources.
Fair enough. A slow monk play. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, this could be a devastating sign because you have already said it. The light cav or scouts, not light cav, but all these knights, all these scouts, they are forward, they are trying to push, and that is not a good position for just monks. As we do see Sanctity coming in, the Vills did chop through here, and TY is adding a 4th town center, so this will soon be 4 town centers to 3 again.
Yeah, TY, though, is just so brave to have 0 military and not really be planning to add any. He's just relying on his ability to wall and wall behind here. If these knights were to get in, the TY would be completely defenseless. He's just getting loom now, as well.
Yep. There are quite a few monks. Oh, this is a beautiful castle, though. How many vills are you sending? Sending a lot. Okay. Okay, I can live with this. 9 vills coming forward for this castle. He has the position. If this castle goes up, it will range all of this economic area and the buildings. It is right on top of a siege workshop, which is not the greatest, but all in all, not a terrible position either.
Yep, and it's Sicilians, so the castle kind of will go up no matter what.
Yeah, and this monk play will be kind of out of here. Not going to happen. As the monks are going to pop out and start trying for conversions here, though, and this could get interesting because a lot of these could be converted.
It's just, I mean, it says there's 6 monks out right now. I don't see them.
They're in maybe they're like monasteries.
Yep, they're gonna get shredded as they come out. This castle's gonna wreck everything. I think TY got way too comfortable here.
I agree. 100% agree.
I mean, I just don't know what he was thinking. I mean, it's just good hygiene to add your production buildings, maybe add a couple units to the field or something.
Yeah,
like
I agree. This is
he doesn't even seem to be trying to defend himself too much here. I guess he converted a bunch of knights and he's got the battering ram out.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be fine here to attack this castle forever. Obviously, this position's not what you want it to be, but another ram coming out. This castle is actually going to fall, it looks like. There are knights coming behind, but it is 4 knights to... Well, we have 3 knights here already as well, so...
Yeah, I think this should be enough to repel it. And I'm pretty sure that the Sicilians have, like, a hidden repair bonus as well. Like, in addition to building TCs and castles faster, they also repair them. So, the Rams are a little bit scary, but it looks like TY, if he micros the Vills well, should be able to take care of this. Or, Alikog should be able to take care of this.
I think it's going down, but it's not the end of the world.
Boy,
there comes
come
the repairs.
on, focus the Rams.
The repairs are there.
He's focused the Rams.
He's going to save it.
He's got it. He's
got it. Another ram comes, but this has been a massive investment here.
He needs to buy some more stone to repair this.
Yeah, he's actually just backing up.
Oh my god, that's so low HP. You gotta repair that. Is he surrendering the castle? That is so foolish. This castle is his only hope in this game.
Yep, the ram is here.
Oh
One
god,
more hit,
why?
the castle will go down.
What? Why, man? Why did he abandon this castle? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's rough. The monks, though, the investment in the monks has not paid off, but look at the food for TY. He's on 30 farmers. He's got 5,300 food and counting like crazy. Just there's no military buildings behind this. Where are the stables?
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe he doesn't play Khmer too often, but then that begs the question of why he drafted and picked them. It seems like he has some genuine confusion about what the correct comp is to go for here. Or else I'd imagine he would be starting to tech into it.
I mean, honestly, I think he's just going to go imp. I think he's going to go imp and just hang out with this no military building other than monasteries and a siege workshop. Yep.
His food count is so insane that like he must be tempted to go Hussar.
Absolutely. There's no question. What else do you go for here? Now, there are 14 knights and more queued, right? So...
you're sounding a little robotic, man. I don't know if that's like the microphone or the internet or something.
Is this any better? Hello, testing. Hello.
It was still a little choppy when you said that.
Huh. I do not know. Anyone else having that issue? Is it just Jabari?
Maybe someone else can correct. Maybe it's just me, but he's sounding really chopped up.
I was gonna say I didn't touch anything, so if something's happening, this is not good. But we'll figure it out here. Let me test it on my end, see what I'm hearing. I was gonna say I didn't touch anything.
You know, it's happened a bunch of times before and always fixes itself in short order. I'll just ignore it for now.
All right. I mean, I just listened to it and it sounds fine on my end.
Sweet. Okay, then it's my problem.
I not to discount what you're hearing. I feel like it was fine.
Yeah. No. It's totally fine again now. I mean, I'm listening to your audio over Discord. It's totally plausible that it would be correct on Twitch.
Fair enough. Now, I feel like without the correct military here, TY could just get steamrolled if these knights continue to produce, because Cavalier are soon coming in as well as he's on his way to the Imperial Age. And all I see is Scorpions.
He's got to realize that you can't go no military. This is preposterous, man. Like...
Yeah, I don't like
Sooner or later, you just got to commit to something.
Yeah. So far, his commitment has been to siege monks.
Oh boy, Scorpion is not a good counter to cavalry.
No, I mean, if he had 60 of them with full upgrades and heavy, he could do something. But even still, it's super risky. castle on the front here. This is a good castle. It's not on a hill, but you put monasteries there. So this goes up. This will be a really good position for TY to hold until he can hopefully tech into. He's going heavy Scorpion.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, mass Scorpions have been known to do some work, but they need a support unit. Like, without pikes or something, I mean, they just can't kill heavy cavalry before the cavalry surround them. Like, the units are just too fast and too high HP. This comp will flatly not work by itself.
Zooming in on these beautiful heavy Scorpions that we don't see very often. And he's got, what, a whole dozen of them? So 11 of them against what will soon be 22 Cavalier. Wait, Faith. Oh god. Canceled the tech, thank goodness. All Faith happen here for Alikog.
And that's not the worst one. Faith is additional conversion resistance, right?
No, Faith is faster speed on recovery of the monk Faith. Like, resistance. The resistance for Sicilians is part of the First Crusade tech. But 16 Scorpions, and look at all these soon-to-be Cavalier going to start battering at walls over here. With First Crusades actually behind us. Oh. How many Scorpions? 16. And then we have Illumination, Theocracy, Siege Engineers coming in here for TY. I think TY is just being too comfortable, like you said earlier. I think he's dead here. I'd have 35 sergeants on the field. No upgrades, mind you, but still 35 military pop-up. And we have a ton of Cavalier that will be fully upgraded here momentarily. Minus the unique tech.
I mean, TY's army comp of pure
Hello? I think I lost you. Oh, there you are. I lost you for a second there, sir.
Yeah, maybe my internet's having issues, man.
Fair enough. Herberg is coming in, so these will soon be fully upgraded Cavalier with even more Pierce Armor. Now it's 2+6. And there's a lot of them. The Sergeants are not really doing much. They are going to attack a castle, but the Scorpions are in a bad spot. Look at these Cavalier. Scorpions doing great work, but it's not going to be enough. The way these stack, the attacks coming in, the Scorpions will fall here, and there will be next to no military. Sergeants taking down a castle, monks getting conversions, yes, but it's not going to be enough. And now we have a 140 pop to 130 pop situation, but when 130 pop has 122 vills, how are you going to defend this?
Yep, I mean, what he needs to do is to rethink things, maybe try to wall up a bit, and yeah, he's slamming the barracks now. It's what you need. There's nothing else that defends against this many Cavalier except for pikemen. Fortunately, they're Sicilian Cavalier, and he has literally none of the techs for the spear line. And there's sergeants, which counter spears. This is just a little bit too late to be making your first military unit other than siege and monks.
Yep, he's dead. Andrew in chat. Couldn't agree more. He's dead. There's nothing you can do now. He had all the time in the world. He could have had all the pikemen he could have wanted in front of the Scorpions, and then it would have been a death ball. But now he's in trouble. Alikog has chopped through to the opposite side and has gold control, stone control up there. So this push will not stop anytime soon, as we do see some more Scorpions come out to take on these sergeants. But the Cavalier are just running through the economy now. And there are a decent number of pikemen, but with no upgrades and no bonus damage, we're going to see another game here for sure.
Yeah, really bizarre strategy. I venture to say that he's probably never done this build before, because I feel like the need for some support unit is obvious your first time you try to go for, you know, something as crazy as mass scorpions.
Yep. And the GG will come in. Alikog will take a game from TY, and we will continue the set. Thank goodness we didn't have a sweep. And we go to a home map of TY S11, which I think have Arena and
Jungle Nomad.
Jungle Nomad. Ooh. Okay. All right.
But I believe Game 4 is on Arena.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Quick check of the Civ draft here. Alikog Civs here. So we'll have Teutons, Lithuanians, and Vietnamese for TY available. Alikog will have Malians, Ethiopians, and Italians. Personally, I think we should see Italians from Alikog. Then any Civ from TY here would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, Italians might be the closest thing to a meta Civ pick, but Malians and Ethiopians, I think they're equally viable on Arena. And you also have to consider the opponent's Civs. It's a tough guess.
For sure. So, with that said, we will dive in. And I am at 5 seconds.
Count it down.
3. And since Jabari is more of a clown than me, you can do it.
Well, I do appreciate it. I like doing the arena introductions. So here we go. Game 4, Monkey Arena. TY playing as the Lithuanians. They have monk bonuses. I forget what the monk bonus is. I think that it's like faster working monasteries, but in combination with starting with an extra 150 food, plus having a full monk tech tree, Lithuanians are a reasonably popular pick. I think that going for a fast castle into monk siege is the play with them, but they are just also pretty generally versatile with their faster and unique tech pumped trash. They're potentially super strong knights. Pretty solid pick. Not one that I go for often myself, but I can understand it for sure. And then in the blue, we got Alikog as the Ethiopians. Their eco bonus is pretty nice. It helps smooth out your FC and maybe pick up, your eco bonuses a little faster. If you choose to go for fast military, which I don't think he's going to go for, the extra 100 food, extra 100 gold when you age up can help to, click those upgrades right away. You want crossbow or whatever. Besides that, Ethiopians, I guess super late game, they have torsion engines, which kind of gives them the most potential for huge siege onager shots and decent bombard cannon micro. But in general, Ethiopians are just kind of all about their rapid fire archers, which do okay against Lithuanians. Yeah, the lack of halberdier, though, however, for Ethiopians is a little bit disturbing if it does come down to heavy cavalry from the Lithuanians. But, let's see. These are both pretty flexible civs. A lot of things can be gone for here.
Yeah, it's a weird matchup, and I think Ethiopians, to me, a civ that's very popular among archer players, but situations where we have players lower elo, I find them to be a very difficult civ for people to get used to that build to where their faster castles actually pay off with the benefit for the bonus, but that along with no halberdier, kind of a death sentence if you ask me against Lithuanians.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't feel that good. If Lithuanians go monks, it's kind of hard to go crossbow versus monks. It's pretty dangerous. Once you get a few converted, you might never win a fight again. Yeah, Ethiopians are not the best at defending against monk rushes for sure. And given TY's clownish reputation, the way he seems to be kind of having some fun with it, going for mass scorpions in the previous game, I'm willing to bet he goes for monks here. It is kind of the most fun thing you can do.
Yeah, it's a very interesting pick but the Civ is great at a lot of things. Honestly, Full Trash is great with Lithuanians, their faster moving speed against an Archer Civ. We could see a lot of Lithuanian skirmishers here. Obviously, they're able to be fully upgraded as well, so that's a definite possibility. But
You can also get the tower shields tech, I believe, to give extra armor to the trash units.
yeah, which is crazy actually to think about how many bonuses they have for trash units, as well as so many monk bonuses, and obviously the relic bonus, getting attack for free with relics up to 4 relics. It's insane. Starting with 500 extra food, or is it 400? I forget, but
150.
still 150. Gotcha. That
500.
sounds better. That sounds better. But yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like if Italians were the pick for Alikog here, I would like his position a lot better actually. But Ethiopians, kind of torn. I'm on them, to be honest, on this map.
Yeah, it's not a Civ that I really pick too often on Arena myself. It's kind of actually pretty far down the Archer Civ tier list for me, and they're even lower down on Arena, where I feel like, that faster firing matters less.
Yeah.
It's much rarer on Arena than other maps that, like, the outcome of a game is determined by Archer micro.
Yeah. Both players going up relatively early. So I'm guessing we're going to see some sort of a play for map control.
Yeah, this is actually insane uptimes from both players. Given the TY pulled off, I think it was a 24 Vil FC with Saracens on Battlegrounds, I fully expect TY to smoothly and properly fast castle this with a little bit of help from the market. On the other hand, I hope Alikog is able to follow in similar fashion. I guess he has enough on food that he shouldn't be too slow behind. But this is an unusually fast castle. I mean, when you go up at this pop, you're not going to be able to do 2 TCs. Kind of weird that neither of them are on gold. TY just started taking it. Pretty rough builds from both players, but I guess that is also to be expected in this bracket.
Yeah, I mean, both players going for a lot earlier uptimes than I would have thought at the map itself. Would have thought we'd have at least like 25 pop, but looking like it's gonna be pretty good for TY here, as he's getting his market. His blacksmith should have the food, no problem. Gold should be good as well. On the other side, also going to be pretty much on cue. So,
yep, that extra 100 gold alleviates the need to mine it. I forgot about that. And TY, actually, like, his eco is perfectly balanced. He doesn't even need to use the market.
So TY will be up, but moments later, we'll have Alikog joining him in the Castle Age. And seemed rough, but actually turned out to be quite a good build from both players.
Yeah, I was totally wrong to criticize their build at all. This is a smooth 23+2 fast castle. As Alikog's going out to stone, I guess signaling that he wants to go for a castle. That's something that I, kind of always like to do on Arena, but a little weird with the timing going out now. On the other hand, TY kind of looking like he just wants to boom on the back of this. If he was going to go monks, I'd expect more on gold. Booming, I mean, just follows from everything that we've seen with him. Looks like we're going to have ourselves another old-fashioned boom off here.
Yeah, definitely. We do have the barracks going to be coming out here for Alikog, so he will have that and be able to produce other military buildings soon. Nothing like that for TY yet. Like you said, leads us to believe will be town centers behind this.
Yep. And both players TY has the house. Alikog seeming to forget that he is housed right now, and for a nasty surprise when he hits the next stage.
Yeah, he's going to set another Vil. He actually partially built it, so it won't be that bad. It might actually be up in. Yeah, perfect, actually. So 3 TC selection from TY. And what shall we see from Alikog here? Sending Vils forward? Thinks better of it. There's the town center. There will be 2 town centers for him. That one took a while to decide upon. So, we see a boom yet again, and as far as a boomy civilization, in late game, we've kind of already been touching on it. Lithuanians seem like they'll be in a much better position.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a rough matchup for Ethiopians, and I think TY has rather solidly proved that he's the better macro player. Arena's his map. Lithuanians, I believe, was his like top pick. I think he'll know what to go for here, and it won't be another repeat of the Khmer situation. I expect TY probably he won't start producing military till he's like 100 bills, but when the time comes and he gets there, I bet he'll make some smart unit choices this time.
Yeah, I mean, I like to see the monastery from Alikog, so we're gonna see him hopefully snag a few relics for himself. But I believe it was TY that we actually saw come back with 0 relics and actually beat his opponent, who was pushing quite heftily at the time. The hell was set back there.
For sure, against Frederick, I believe he had like 1 or 2 relics. Yeah, he played it like a competent arena player, and I expect to see the same from him here. His boom quite smooth. I don't agree with the decision to completely surrender the relics, especially as Lithuanians.
Yep, Monkey will take out a pike, but there's no pikeman there, so Monk on its way for Alikog. No monastery yet for TY. And I think you're right, TY is just going to boom and be happy with his position.
Yep, the man knows what he likes, and he likes to boom.
Yeah, and he's got great town center positions. It's straight across the center of his map, so if it's got some positioning there, harder to go past the DCs, obviously, if it's get in this area. Plus, he's securing his golds and stones, and actually, Vils are headed out, probably for another town center. As he sells
what else?
stone.
What else could it be at this point? He's going for that big boom.
Some rough
And
market play, but...
Yeah, did he just sell and buy back the zone? Yeah.
Did, yeah.
Not the most efficient move, but, gets the job done. Alikog's actually doing a decent job to keep up in bills, but at the same time is falling a bit behind. I do still prefer Alikog's position collecting the relics, though.
Yeah.
I mean, especially versus Lithuanians, I just can't believe TY's given those up. Like, normally on Arena, you highly prioritize the relics. When one of the players is Lithuanians, I mean, they're just absolutely critical.
Yeah, it feels very unique to give up relics as Lithuanians, but I feel like he's actually going to be in a lot better position because he's got the economic advantage. He's got 4 town centers now. Yes, he's giving up relic control, but his opponent is investing into monks and pikemen to secure these relics, whereas he is just fully invested in the economy.
I fully disagree, man. A monastery, 2 monks, and 4 spearmen. Keep in mind he got the pikeman upgrade for free. Is so worth 5 relics. Those 5 relics are going to yield him like 4,000 gold over the course of the game. Plus he has some map control.
5 town center.
Yeah. So there's no chance that Alikog is going to get surprise castle dropped or anything. As an arena player, if your opponent lets you collect all 5 relics for this little investment, I think it's awesome.
Yep. It's something, alright. I mean, 5 TCs with 4th TC going up for Alikog now, but he's already down by 8 Vils. That is surely just to grow here. We have Vils moving forward. They're getting attacked by there. For why? So what are we gonna see here? Hopefully some military building. Nice.
I'm thinking it's another town center.
I am thinking the same, but we'll see. Loom just now coming in for Alikog. No,
Yeah.
no loom. No loom! With all these villas coming this far forward here for another town center.
Yeah, after what we saw last game, I mean, I get the feeling that TY's having some fun with this. I don't mean to say that he's not playing his hardest.
Yeah.
But he definitely doesn't go by the book. Definitely loves to boom. And yeah, this is ridiculous. It almost looks like he's going to commit to an overboom or something.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the pikeman and monkey do take out a monk, so this relic is still up for grabs here. The last relic on the board, as there are 3 collected. There are only 4 relics, apparently.
One must be like en route to the monastery because I did see there were 5 at the start.
It did just arrive, you are correct. Moonwalking monk, hype. 5 TCs, 6 TCs.
You know, for all that though, man, he's not really broken away in bills. Like he's only ahead by 9 literally right now. I mean, yeah, this TC was just way too forward. This is an indefensible TC. I guess he's managing to suck up a little bit of his opponent's gold here. The Vils should be able to get away with their lives still. But this TC was just crazy. In all my days playing Arena, I've never seen this, actually.
Yeah, and I assume it was just try to steal this gold mine for as long as possible. 1 relic for TY against 4. And I don't think TY is even going to see this here. Hold 2 Vils. Just 2 Vils. Oh no, they were chopping a tree.
Yep, maybe he'll wait for the attack alarm.
Yep, so he does suck up about 400, a little over 400 gold from that mine, and now head home. Castle on the front here for TY around gold or stones is very nice. He'll be headed to Imp here very soon as well, and we have Royal Heirs and Scale Mail Armor coming in for our Ethiopian player, so we are going to see the Shotel Warriors, it were, if seen.
Yep, full relics, Shotels. I think Shotels are actually a rock-solid choice for Lithuanians. I mean, I don't know exactly how they perform against every unit, but I'm pretty sure that there's no counter the Lithuanians can produce. By giving up relics and by like hugely overbooming, it kind of signals to me that TY is thinking trash, which I know Shotels absolutely shred. TY might need to learn another lesson. This game might play out similarly to the last one, where you know he's in a hypothetically stronger position, but he just fails to commit to any sort of military that can win the game.
Yeah, he's starting to go into Scale Barding Armor though. Should see stables popping up. It may just be straight Lightus even. Who knows? But ultimately, I don't think that Shoto Warriors are really the greatest against cavalry. They do have a lot of a base attack, but don't know how though they do. They're only like 35 or 40 HP, so...
Yeah, they might not trade cost effectively versus heavy cavalry at all. But the Lithuanian cav is going to be kind of neutered by the lack of relics.
Yeah, he's going to have another good castle here too, so... It's going to be a Trebor, I believe, here. Yeah, there are Shoto Warriors. They're not elite yet. They only have +2 attack and blast furnaces or iron casting fires coming in. Wheelbarrow just completing for Alikog. His opponent already with handcart. It's looking like this macro approach for TY here is paying off quite nicely as stables and archery ranges actually start to come down behind this for TY.
Yep, I'd assume it's going to be Paladin Skirmisher.
Yeah, It's definitely reasonable. He's in Imperial Age and has imp resources yet again. Waiting for these production buildings coming up. Knight Noble 24 still lives. Hello, sir. It has been forever, I agree. Shotel warriors on their way in. This castle going to be denied. It's gonna be brutal here. Lots of villas going down, which actually is probably a good thing in TY's position. He already has 138 after that happening, so castle will need to be deleted. These Shotels will completely destroy it quickly.
Yep, it was a good spot for a castle, but TY, again, just being so late to switch into any sort of military.
Yeah, absolutely. Tonight, this tournament has been spectacular. We are soon to be dropping into the 1500 max bracket, and we'll have to release that here pretty shortly, actually.
Yep, I assume we'll still add a couple names or something, though, so long as the play hasn't started.
Yeah, we'll have to announce that coming days and go from there. This castle is beautiful for TY coming up here, right here. I don't know. It's full on hand cannoneers behind this.
Yep, well, I mean, the opponent is pure infantry. Hand cannons should shred. And Alikog is not really prepared to tech switch into anything else on a dime. But once you see the mass hand cannons, you just have to. I mean, in a post-imp game with this many resources, you have to be very open and ready to tech switch.
Yeah, and he just continues to spam Shotel. Still not elite Shotels either. He has the res for this. The Trebs, 4 Trebuchets taking out the castle here. The hand cannoneers are coming over as well. Gonna just destroy that monk. And honestly, I think Treb hand cannon is gonna just destroy here. Elite Shotel warrior now coming in. He's only got 2 castles remaining to produce these out of, but
they're also the wrong unit choice at this point.
Absolutely. Investing into them after he sees hand cannons. Another castle coming forward.
Yep, I mean, hand cannons was not one of the units we talked about at all when we mentioned Lithuanians. But hand cannons versus pure infantry is a dominating unit matchup. This is an insane mass of Trebs. These are some insane castle positions. This game will not go long enough for the relics to matter. Oh boy, this is like
a slaughter. The hand cannons are so good against infantry, especially now that they've been buffed here over the last few, 3-4 months. They've been slowly buffing them. I mean, and like you said, 4 trebuchets behind this. There's actually 6. I don't know where the other ones are on the map. They're actually in the other castle, but no tech switch behind this. It's gonna be in time. Going into Arbalest, but we're also gonna have what I assume will be Polish or Hussar. What do they call it on the Lithuanian side? Winged Hussar?
The Winged Hussar, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Alikog played hard. He put up good fights. He kept his opponent honest. He didn't let him get away with that clownery of pure scorpions in Game 3. But TY is kind of looking like the superior player across the board. I think he deserves this.
Yeah.
And he will have his hands full with Sox in the semifinal for sure.
Oh my god, we have 2 heavy macro players then, and it's going to be insane to see 6 TCs on both sides at 35 minutes. I look forward to it, but it's going to be insane. Yeah. And again, we hate to cast like this is over, but there's just nothing. There's Arbalest just now being produced out of, 4 ranges, hand cannons plus great light cav, and soon to be no economy here for Alikog.
Yeah, I just don't see a way back for Alikog. He is doing the tech switch. He actually does have almost all the upgrades for his Arbalest, but Lithuanians can just so easily pivot into skirms, and by the time these Arbalests even get out, I don't know, man. The hand cannon numbers. Oh, there's also Hussar. These Arbalest will not be able to stand. They're actually getting eaten up by the Hussar, I guess,
Yep, and gold
as they
is
spawn.
is getting more and more limited. The winged hussar will disperse across the eco, and the hand cannons and trebs will just continue to push slowly at the same time.
Yep.
GG, well played comes in. Good luck next. Good sportsmanship between the two. TY will move on to the semifinals. It's a best of 7 against Sox. We may need to clear a 12-hour time window for that one.
Yeah. And I do notice we actually have the most viewers that we've had all stream now. We should plug that we were actually going to do a little showcase of the revised banana map, renamed as Dark Banana. I was thinking maybe we could even, if they'd be willing to, maybe like Andrew and Knight would be down to play a show match for the stream live or something. I don't know. I don't want to put anyone on the spot or anything, but
Yeah, I mean, they're both in chat, so if they want to do that, I'm more than happy to cast that game.
yeah, no can do. Andrew says, "Oh boy, I'd take Andrew." Oh, Knight, you can take him, man. You can take him.
Sounds like we're
Or
gonna have
and
to see Jabari versus Andrew then. What I'm hearing.
yeah, okay, people can pass on it. We can just show the map off. It is truly a unique and surreal feeling map, man. It gives me some like Forest Nothing vibes. I'm actually very, very curious to see it play.
Yeah, we'll check that out in a minute. If you guys want to
Yeah.
avoid spoilers, though, we are going to update the bracket. We are going to talk for a minute about the matchups. We've already kind of been alluding that TY will play Sox, and we'll have a little bit of a chat about that here. So if you don't want any spoilers, want to catch up on YouTube or with the VODs, now would be the time to look away, gentlemen.
Yeah. And if Andrew doesn't have a challenger, if there's anyone in chat in the like 1300 elo department, it sounds like Andrew's down to play. If not, I'm sure Andrew would be a good sport and let me be his opponent.
Absolutely. So here we are, semifinals already. I feel like we just started this bracket, but it's already been, well, almost a month. Started November 22nd. So Sox versus TY. Uh, these guys are crazy boomers. I don't think we've seen any Dark Age or Feudal Age aggression from either of them. I expect that best of 7 to go extremely long. It's going to
Yeah,
be a
I mean,
great matchup.
I agree. Maybe these guys are just booming because they are having success in their games 1 and 2, and they're realizing it works, so they just keep going for it. There's a chance that these guys have other things in their repertoire, but they're just not breaking it out. I suppose the best of 7 will tell all, though.
Absolutely. And a big leap in seeding. Sox number 1 in the bracket. TY number 13. Going to be making it all the way to the semifinals, which is impressive, going through quite a few opponents there. And then on the other side of the bracket, Yo-Yo Dude in a similar position as seed 10, then Fire Scream TV at seed 3. Both TY and Yo-Yo Dude very much clown players. They like to go for those arena strats. It's going to be interesting to see if we have that happen. I mean, Andrew, yes, this is actually seeded by Elo, which was the current Elo at the time. Obviously, some of these players have exceeded the Elo amount or decreased depending on, but it was all very close actually for this one. We had the first round, obviously, where we had some like 8-900s get knocked out, but otherwise very close. It's gonna be crazy. Best of 7s for semifinals, Jabari. How you feel about it?
I feel great. I mean, I was actually thinking about it today, and there's a 1/3 chance that the best player is playing the second best player in a semifinals game, not the finals. And best of 5s can be pretty swingy. I think that the semis kind of need to be best of 7 to truly find the best player in the bracket.
For sure. And it will be sooner than you guys think. I think they were actually playing. We have semifinals games being played today, tomorrow. So Won't be long before we're casting those. Although, keep in mind, guys, holiday here, Christmas, Hanukkah, and all these holidays at once. We'll cast these as we are able. There'll be some time in between the week, obviously, where I may be streaming some of me playing something. So just keep that in mind. Yep. But moving on, Jabari versus Andrew.
I would love to. I think that for fairness, you should load up like a single player game on Dark Banana to show him what it is. I don't want him spawning him.
Before we could actually, I have games. Sorry, we played games on this map, so
you're welcome to we'll just start casting one. They're pretty long. You can cast one in there in its entirety.
I don't think I'm gonna cast one, but we can show the map. Welcome
Sounds
to Dark
good.
Banana. Dark Banana, Jabari and I played last night to try to test this map out. You guys are familiar with the first generation of Banana. This is kind of similar, but no water, might you notice. The water play is taken from the
map. And this void terrain is something else, man. It is not unexplored. This is its own distinct terrain type. Units can path over it, but they don't like to. It's really bizarre. I find it. I mean, we played 3 games last night on it. I was finding that it's best to pretend like you can't walk on the black terrain, but you can go through it if you want to do like a very specific unit movement. But if you try and treat the black terrain like it was just any other terrain, you will be gravely disappointed. The units, I don't know, man. They just path as if they have a preference for not walking on it, and they won't behave as expected if you're just clicking them around on the black.
Yeah, and you have a very limited map to play with still, with the res obviously the same. And then we have added forage bushes to the map, and that has made it a little bit more interesting since we did remove shorefish and the water aspect. I'd give up some free food here. And what we've got, keep in mind, forage bushes are a very slow income as far as food is concerned. There is 1,000 wood per tree as well. So,
yep,
it's
like 2,000. There's like 2,000 food per bush, 1,000 wood per tree. I think that the games played out much more interestingly than they did with water or with tight walls. I don't know, man. The map's its thing.
Yeah. So Andrew is in chat. I don't know if he is planning on participating in one or not, but
I'm happy to host a lobby, man.
I'll let him decide. It's an interesting map. We're not 100% sure yet. We're pretty sure we're keeping it like this. Maybe some minute changes, but otherwise this will be Banana moving forward after this bracket. So for the first
I don't know,
bracket,
man.
we will leave it the same.
I think it's really special. I don't know, when you see the units moving around, it's really surreal. It's definitely unique. I mean, it's kind of like the pinnacle of the Banano meme, you know? It's pretty pure.
No complaints on my end. I mean, there is definitely some interesting memery. But Andrew, I don't know. Where you at, bro? What are you thinking?
I'm inviting him in game. If he doesn't want to play it, it's cool. We've kind of served our purpose of showing it.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting for sure, especially with 1,500 players on this map. Definitely different.
Yep. Players are going to have to learn about the void terrain, though. I suspect a lot of people will be deeply confused, and they'll probably suffer what we did in our practice games, where like you expect the units to be able to path through it as if it were any other terrain, but you find that they just path so strangely when you're setting like waypoints and stuff on it.
Yeah, and it's very very interesting. We played the best of 3 last night, and every game I feel like went in a different direction, and it was very entertaining to play. So I imagine if I was legit casting this best of 3 between us, you would no doubtably be entertained. So it's not that water play that we have come to. No worries, Andrew. No worries whatsoever. Appreciate you considering it. But nonetheless, this will be the new banana moving forward in the next bracket.
Yep. It is what it is, man. It's a banana, dude.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's definitely wacky. It's definitely interesting, and I like whenever we have different maps because it provides some very interesting gameplay, in my opinion. So,
yeah, very sneaky militia movement here by you, man.
it does. I feel you. The Andrew gifting a sub to Knight Noble 24. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate that. Knight needs to get back in shape here to sign up for the bracket as well if he's still around. Haven't seen him around much lately, but do appreciate the sub, Andrew. The Drush doesn't get much done here whenever the TC has so much underneath of it, by the way.
Yeah, I think that's decent design. Like, there's so... Like, the area in front of your vase is so vulnerable and valuable. If you had to move out in order to take stuff, I can just imagine so many games being ended in Dark Age. Because once you lose control of the area just outside your TC, you're done for.
Yeah. And we had games end in Feudal. We had games end in Late Imp, in Castle. So it's not like this is going to be a situation where we're seeing full galley play or full fire galley play take it as we are now. Current iteration.
Yep. As Andrew points out, the units seem to move fine through the void, but over the course of a game, if you're actually just treating the void like it was any other terrain, you'll notice that they do some wonky stuff.
Yeah, we can actually showcase that here. I'll fast forward because you guys aren't going to play. We're not actually casting this, so just kind of showing it to you, but there's an instance here where you'll see some weird pathing later in the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not actually clicking it, though, it can be hard to tell what's weird pathing and what's people just clicking different directions.
Yeah, so the pathing is really awkward because when you're clicking, they want to go back to the light terrain where you would naturally be on the map, as opposed to clicking them in or around. Like, whenever I was trying to path around, that's what I was testing with those early in the game, and it was kind of frustrating, to be honest, but...
Yep. I mean, the map is in the map pack now, actually. It's called Test Dark Banana, if you want to play with it yourself. If you set up a bunch of waypoints in the black, the units will probably end up going back to the light at some point. It's extremely difficult to describe. You kind of have to feel it for yourself.
Yeah, and it's not so terrible once you're aware of the situation, so that's a big thing to remember as well. But nonetheless, is not the map I was thinking of with the microing units on the outside, but I do try to do it here a little bit. We could probably slow down normal speed here, but the knights I'm trying to micro. I think I click back here, and then you're gonna see them go straight over. Like, you cannot build in the void, no. It's a very, very interesting terrain, but no building on it whatsoever. Barry,
if nothing
else
else,
you'd like to say about the map?
Nah, man. I mean, if nothing else, it's unique. People seem to like weird shit, man. You know, they liked Forest Nothing. And I think that this is tournament balanced in a way. It's weird, but not broken.
Yeah, and it's very strange. It really is, but wacky indeed, and we like wacky around here. You guys know we've had all of our maps custom done here for a while now, and we try to consider some standard plays. You go about them, but we do enjoy a different strat. And we like to see the meta develop on these. But here's a lovely explanation of Mangonels in the Abyss just attack a town center. It feels weird, but it makes for some interesting situations as well.
Yeah, and I think that T90, his like subscribers and viewers broke away when one of his Forest Nothing YouTube videos went viral. And this map, I don't know, man, it's got that same bizarre feel. Like, there's a lot of people who will have played 5,000 hours of Age of Empires to whom this will just, like, strike such a surreal chord.
Yeah,
But
for sure. But keep an eye on the Discord, guys. Like I said, the holidays are approaching rapidly here in the States and elsewhere as well, I suppose. But we will have some resemblance of a schedule soon for when we're casting the next round of games, as well as the other brackets announcement. We're going to be on Reddit soon. So, if you're going to sign up, if you're wanting to sign up, it is time. There is the doc for you.
yeah. And you know what, man? It's designed to be a banana. If bananas look like penises to you, then it's going to look like a penis to you. But it looks like a banana to me, man.
Indeed. But nonetheless, guys, it was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have enjoyed the tournament. I know a lot of you have come back every night to watch these, and I appreciate it, guys. Andrew, thank you again for the gifted sub. Sorry, it was fun as always. Anything else to say today?
No, man. Looking forward to doing Yo-Yo versus Fire Scream very much.
Land Nomad? Well, it's old school Nomad, but it is land.
Indeed, yeah.
Have no res for a town center to start. You have to start lumber camp. So, added intrigue.
Yep, you would definitely be wise to take a look at the different maps at least before you play. They're all pretty non-standard, I guess, with the exception of the Black Forest Arena and Arabia.
We have only seen, what, one Black Forest game?
Yep. I mean, that's kind of what I expected.
Yeah,
I
sure.
believe Andrew signed up. I mean, if you didn't, you still could. Let me check the spreadsheet real quick.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to announce a few things, but I believe that the tournament bracket will around the first of the year.
Yeah.
Andrew has signed.
Yep, I'm searching the spreadsheet for him. He is signed up as a 1359.
Yep. Dark Jungle is Black Forest, but unexplored, yes. I feel like Andrew has just realized what he's gotten himself into. Anyways, guys, a lot of fun. Hope you have fun. There are no bans, Andrew. Another problem for you. No bans at all. No Civ bans. No map bans.
Yep, I do want to playtest Persians on Dark Banana, and if they are OP, add to the rules that you can't douche, because I think that that's like one of the flaws with the previous map pool was that on Shallow Sandwich, Persians were just OP. You could Civ draft around it, but like it was just a fact, you know. I think it would be better to just explicitly say that you can't douche certain maps.
Wait till we see two.
Oh boy, it is not programmed for 2v2s.
Oh no, it is. It definitely is.
Oh, Shallow Sandwich? Oh, yeah, yeah. I thought you were talking about Banana.
Oh well, give us time. But guys, that's gonna be it tonight. Gonna head off, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.
Yo, peace.
Game where you did that. Oh, you're talking about that with.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, you think you could have survived? I don't know, man. I practiced the douche on that map. It was just overpowered as hell, man.
Yep, but GG's. Have fun, guys, and we'll be back as soon as we can to cast the semifinals and ultimately the finals bracket later.
Peace out.